Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Taylor. I do cleaning motivation, a few DIYs here and there, and just kind of overall homemaking and a little bit of lifestyle. So I've been super excited to show you guys today's video. I've been kind of keeping it a secret for a little bit, but a couple weekends ago, we went out to my parents' house and they kind of live in the middle of nowhere, but they have an old barn. And my dad had this old sled sitting out there and I was so excited to bring it home. I said, hey, can I have this? Didn't really have a whole lot of a backstory to it, but it was definitely homemade for sure. And it has been quite the project. So I have actually filmed this over the past couple days, even a little bit today as I'm doing this voiceover. I'm kind of finishing up doing some of the painting, things like that. So as you can see here, we're kind of just diving into it first. I'm trying to do pretty much rust removal is going to be the first half video here. I'm going to split it into two parts and kind of see because it's going to be really long if I try and do it all together. And you guys will have to wait a while. So like I said, came quite of a project. Had to recruit my husband for a little bit of it here. He had to help me with some of the wood parts, kind of figuring out what I may need, things like that. So turns out we do need to replace all of the wood pieces, unfortunately, as my husband was kind of helping me disassemble it to get more of the rust off. He was like, well, unfortunately, it's a little too rotted, especially where the bolts are. As you guys can kind of see, it's really warped. It was out in a covered barn for God knows how long, so here we are, but my husband disassembled it for me. I did lose the footage of him disassembling it, but he's going to go ahead and build me some new wood pieces, so that's why I say this video is going to be split, because he still has some work to do. And then the second part of the video that I will hopefully do after the new year will be me staining and reassembling. So like I said in today's video, I'm really working on getting all of that rust off and all that old paint, and also doing a little bit of spray painting, kind of buffing it, getting it ready to put it all back together. And of course, for this project, things that I ended up using that I will kind of write in the description as well. Some of the things I already had, but I did go to Lowe's and pick up a stainless steel wire brush. We had sandpaper on hand, so I didn't really need that. My husband actually had metal files as well, which you will see at near the end of me doing the rust removal. That came really in handy, especially to get a lot of that old paint off. But those are pretty much what I used to get the rust off. And then of course for the cleaning portion, I just used like some Dawn dish soap and a little bit of water to just kind of get all the ick off from when I was kind of scraping everything and getting it all finished. So as you can see, nothing too crazy. It didn't cost me a whole lot to do the project. I, of course, already had the stain as well that you will see after the new year. But I also had to pick up some epoxy for the top as well to kind of seal everything in. But later on in the video, I will show you what kind of spray paint I used as well for this project. Considering it was very rusty, I'll kind of show you guys the process and things like that. So stay tuned.
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night beneath the mistletoe. It's cold outside, 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 outside. It's cold outside, outside, outside. Cold outside, 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 outside. It's cold.
So like I said earlier in the video, I just used a little bit of Dawn dish soap and some hot water just to kind of wipe off a lot of the rust, dust, and things like that, just to kind of give it a good cleaning. And then I did prop it up to let it dry for a little bit. As you guys can see, I'll do a little bit of a slow-mo for you so you can kind of see the finished project right before I do some spray painting as well. Is the spray paint I used. I just used a Rust-oleum. Make sure that it is designed for covering up rust and preventing rust, of course. And I went ahead and did 2 coats of spray paint on the top here, and I will flip it over and do this 2 coats on the back side as well. But 2 coats seemed to cover really well and everything looked nice and smooth, so I just went with 2 coats from there. I don't wanna waste my time. Start living now. Baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. I don't wanna waste my time. Well, the second coat is on the sled here, so like I said, 2 coats of red, and it seemed to turn out really good. So wanted to say thanks again for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it today. Not a whole lot of cleaning or anything, but just some kind of DIY and a fun little barn find. I figured you guys might like it. It's a little bit of a change, so let me know if you made it all the way to the end of the video by leaving me your favorite emoji, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!